Welcome to Third Eye Champagne. I am Kirsten Langston. I am an intuitive and I work by request. So you guys keep sending them to me. I love it. Now I can't do all the requests. Before we had a small little pool because I didn't have a lot of subscribers or patrons or anything. And now we have a ton. And I say we because I feel like you guys are in this with me. So now I kind of have to pick and choose, but please keep sending me your ideas because they're amazing and they're brilliant. And yes, patrons always get first dibs. You guys are just like, you think of shit I would never think of. I love it. I want to say this. I have a morafucking-torium on Trump right now, all right? I'm not reading on that fucker for a while. I'm sick of his ass. I am sick of everything that has to do with him. I'm over that shit. So I'm not going to be doing Trump stuff for a while. I think we have other fun stuff we can talk about. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. And I want to say right now two things. One is thank you so very much for your support and for all your comments and your feedback and your likes, and please do share my channel if you know somebody that would be interested in it. I am trying to grow this bad boy, so please do share, and thank you for everything. You guys are the best. I have a few things I want to say actually. I got some shit I got to get off my chest. I want to give a shout out. There's a commenter, there's somebody that's been commenting on my videos, and I want to say it's Onyx Wind. Fucking hilarious. Making me laugh out loud every time, so shout out to you, Onyx Wind. You're cracking me up. Like, I honestly can't super tell if you like my channel or not, which is irrelevant because I like what you're doing. Patty brought to me, she's a patron, and she hit me up on Facebook and said, will you look at Mohamed bin Salman? He might be the Antichrist. Let me just give you my perspective here. I don't believe in the fucking Antichrist. I was raised Catholic. You think I would? I don't. I just think it's horse shit. But we want to know, is this guy a bad guy? We want to know, is he the Antichrist? Just because I don't believe in it doesn't mean it's not true. So I put cards down on this guy already. Apparently he's now running Saudi Arabia as of like 10 hours ago. It's being filmed June 29th is when I'm filming this. So what has happened is his father was in charge, and this guy was the ministry, Department of Defense or Commerce or some shit, I can't remember, but he got a very important position, and he's been going around the world and meeting people and really kind of consolidating his power. The minute I read this article and I was just reading about who he was, I think I was reading his wiki or something, and this guy's a dictator. I mean, I just saw it, I like, that's flashed over to me like just like that. And then I go to the next article, which is in the Telegraph, which was released literally 10 hours ago, and it's saying that his father's been locked up and he's taken over everything. So yeah, this guy's a dictator. On point tip, we got that. So let's look at him. The question I asked is he the Antichrist? The devil card comes out in that slot. Is this the question you asked? Why, yes it is. Is he the Antichrist? More than likely no. I'll tell you why. Because if you believe in that kind of stuff, then you know that the Antichrist is supposed to be like benevolent. Nobody really gets that he's a piece of shit until like way into the game. We already know this guy's kind of a piece of shit. We already know he's probably power hungry. So he doesn't fit the bill, number one, just from a logical point of view. Number two, look at this. His father shows up here, already locked up. I mean, I can't make this shit up, man. These cards are just kicking it. They are killing it. I don't think he's the Antichrist. He has the tower above. He's making a big mess right now, which we know. This is all willpower. This is all him just asserting his will. Flat out. Power and money. The huge. This is what these guys like. I mean, okay, I'm going to ask a question. And don't, please take this the wrong way. Don't take it the wrong way. But all these guys that are like power hungry, is it because they have tiny genitalia? What is it about men that they feel like they need all this power and they have to make these big shows of power? Typically don't have women that have that power hungry thing. Ambition, yeah. Hillary Clinton, perfect example. The ambition is beyond with her. But is she power hungry? I really don't read her that way. Not like I would read someone like Mohamed bin Salman, who I'm like, okay, like, he wants to eat it. He'll eat the whole fucking world. I don't know why I take it to the genitals, but I'm a Scorpio. As I always tell my patrons, come for the readings, but the jackassery I provide is for free. I'm always happy to be your clown. All right, so let's look at this guy a little bit more in depth. Tell me about this guy. He's got shit going on with Iran. You know, people are kind of worried about, okay, what's he doing with Russia and the U.S.? Let's just take a peek and see what they're going to give me. If the devil card shows up, then we'll entertain the idea that he's actually the Antichrist. He wants to start a war. Man alive. This man thrives on conflict. Probably got mama issues, so there's that. There's death behind him. Could pertain to the fact that he's pretty much taken over the country, so that's a death. You know, or is there, you know, is he up to no good and there are actual deaths behind him? I don't know. He wants money, he wants it all. He wants all 7 cups. He wants all the goodies. And it's not going to give him anything because it never does. These 7 cups, there's never really anything good that comes out of them, by the way. He's carrying this burden. He's carrying the burden of power. He's carrying the burden of power. And he's got a lot of secrets. Listen, this is a major card of power. Everybody kind of goes to the magician, but I always go to the high priestess. It's a major card of power, she is. And sometimes I think even more powerful than the magician. Because she has secrets. She has shit she's not going to fucking tell you. The magician lays it all out on the table, but she's like, see my little rolled up Torah? I ain't telling you shit. He wants to be the star. He wants to be the center of the world. Yeah, he wants that kind of power. He absolutely does. So is he going to get it? Let's look. This guy wants to start trouble, and he wants to consolidate power. He's very Putin-esque. If these two don't match up, him and Putin, if they don't decide to be besties, there could be a big problem. Big problem. They could get into a big pissing contest, these two morons. And I shouldn't say morons because, you know, there are both highly intelligent men. Man, they're doing all the wrong things. And in my book, that makes you fucking stupid. You know, I gotta say, it feels to me like he comes across as very charming. And even maybe like soft-spoken, like he's one of those people that they start talking to you, you know, and their voice gets really low. You know, but it's like very soothing and you're like, yeah. You know, you start to agree with them because they're just kind of got that soothing voice, even though they're saying the most ridiculous things. Like, it feels like he's got that, you know, chill thing going on to where he can kind of get you to do what he wants. Look at this. His father comes out right on top of him. And look, death behind him again. So I think this is him stabbing his father in the back. The report I just read said, okay, dad's locked up in the palace. I mean, you know, the government is saying, no, he's fine. And he's making the statement. The dad has made the statement. Of course, I can't remember his name. But he's made, no, I'm fine. Everything's fine. And it's like, bro, we all know it's not fine. We know. He's very happy with what he's got going on, this guy. Right now, it's consolidated. Right now, it's at home. And it's all about money. Man, I mean, what the fuck? Do you never have enough? Do these people never have enough? I don't understand this. Look, his father right on top of him. It's done. Whatever this guy has done, it's finished. It's done, and he's ready to move on to the next thing. Does he want to cause trouble and rule the world? I mean, I think, yeah, if he had an opportunity, if he saw an opportunity, he would go for it. It's to me like this guy's absurdly smart, and he really has a plan. And I'm not sure that it includes world domination, honestly. But it includes plans for Saudi Arabia super big time. He has plans for this country. It's not just about him. He has plans for this country. Now, that may mean that these plans completely benefit him. But he has plans for the country. He has things he wants to do. He kind of sees himself as he's coming through pretty strong now. He sees himself as like this benevolent, like, I'm bringing beautiful things. And maybe he will. I'm not saying he won't. He very much could be bringing some beautiful things. But also, he's power hungry. And it's never a good look, man. It's never a good look. Yeah. She keeps coming up. His energy's not awful. What's coming through the most for me is power, power, power. I don't get cold reading on him like I do with Putin. This is all going to be, I believe, contained in country. Again, he's got the tower over him. He's got the tower over him. And he's examining things at home right now. He's not moving out abroad yet. He has plans for allies and plans to make deals. And he does. He absolutely has those. But is he like, and then, you know, later I'm going to take over Canada? No, definitely not there. Definitely not. And he's a happy camper right now, but he's got trouble coming. He's got trouble coming. He's got shit that's going to bother him. Man, he to himself, he feels like, I'm doing the right thing. I'm taking care of everybody. I mean, that's really how he's thinking. I'm doing the right thing. I'm taking care of everybody. I'm doing my job. I'm being a good king. And I'm going to take care of everybody. And, you know, if his vision for his country helps him out along the way, then he's great with that. And if somebody will give it an inch, he'll take a mile. but he's super smart, super measured. And I keep having this thing about his voice. Now watch, I haven't heard his voice. Watch, it's gonna be like really high-pitched and annoying, right? When I finally go find something of him speaking. But I keep getting this thing on his voice. Weird. So is he the Antichrist? No, because it's already too obvious, and it's not showing up in the cards. Is he going to make a mess outside of his own country? Not yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if that happens in several years. I think he's going to be holding on for quite some time, this guy. I really do. So now we're finally ready. Roberto, who is a patron, ages ago was like, Anunnaki? Anunnaki? Am I saying it right yet? Everybody was like, what were you saying in that other video? I'm like, I don't fucking know. I went down the rabbit hole. I've done my examinations. I know who the fuck these guys are now. So I'm going to tell you. Back in ancient Sumeria, these were the gods, the Anunnaki. They were considered the gods. They were the jam for the Sumerians. We got Gilgamesh out of the Sumerians, I want to say, which if you haven't read it, you should read it. And I want to say it's like one of the first known written stories that we have. Might be the only, like the very first one, but it's a good one. I'm a fan of it. But I'm a nerd. I'm a literary nerd, if you hadn't noticed. I am also a writer, and I have 4 published books out. You can find them on Amazon, iBooks, and I'll pretty much read anything you put in front of me. So I've read the Epic of Gilgamesh like several times, voluntarily, outside of school. What a dork, right? The theory goes, they weren't actually gods, they were aliens that came down from the sky. You can apparently find this on Ancient Aliens. A lot of theories going on about these guys, so I'm just going to put some cards down. I technically don't usually believe that deities are real things. I generally don't believe that they appear in the flesh or have ever appeared in the flesh. I've never actually come across a theory in any other religion that the deity might be an alien. They're not people. It's energy. It's energy. And it's wisdom, but it's not real material things that you can grab. There's too many higher arcanic cards here. There's no real people here. I don't believe that these were real things, number one. Let's keep going though. And it's funny because, you know, as I'm sitting here, I'm trying to feel on it, you know, and feel on it like I do. I kind of put my little tentacle out there, and what's coming back to me is immaterial. It's not material. I'm not saying they don't exist, because I believe that certain energies exist and that, you know, every different culture gives a name to it. It's funny to me because I know a lot of people, the big theory is, especially with these ancient cultures, well, it had to be aliens because they didn't have certain technologies and they couldn't have done this without this technology and blah, 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 blah. And I just feel like people that have those theories are selling human beings so short. P.S. How do you like my sparkles today? I ask, are these material beings? No. I'm not getting that. I just don't get that from these cards. They're, you know, gods, they're goddesses, they're religions, they're ideas, but they're not real material things. It's just not there. I know I'm going to get hate for that, but you know, nobody ever said I was the end all be all. I sure as shit didn't say it. God knows I can be wrong, but that's what my cards are giving me. Well, let's just look. Okay, let's go even deeper into this, because you know me, I love my rabbit holes. Let's see, were the Sumerians helped by aliens? Okay, maybe it's not the Anunnaki. Anunnaki, am I even saying it right? It's like, shut up, Kirsten, just put the damn cards down. Huh! Well, now this is very interesting. This is very, very interesting. Look at what we get. Victory in the world. Okay, but now here's the kicker. We have fate. But again, if you see this, I'm going to put victory down. If you look at these cards, they're incredibly similar, okay? We have mythical beings in all 4 corners of these cards. Super interesting. I think that's very, very interesting. And then we get judgment coming down from the sky to the people. Oh my God. Could it possibly be your resident skeptic, believe it or not, yes, I'm a skeptic tarot card reader, Maybe I'm wrong, y'all. Maybe I'm wrong. This looks, and you know, if you watch that fucking Ancient Aliens, you know, and they talk about the paintings, and you know, because, okay, yeah, I watch it, man. One day, you guys, one day, I'm going to do my hair just like Giorgio, and I'm going to do a whole tarot reading that way, and it will be fucking awesome. If you watch the show, they talk about, oh, you know, they came down from the sky, and they have these paintings where they're coming out of the sky, and look at this card we have here. And then if you look at this, it's actually very similar to the paintings with the clouds and the things coming out of them. I mean, that's kind of interesting. I am actually very delighted by this. I wasn't expecting to see this at all. It's entirely possible. These cards, I'm delighted. Can you tell how excited I am? I'm like, wow, that's really interesting. I expected cards to be like, oh, fuck off. Of course, aliens didn't help the Sumerians. But the cards are kind of like, yeah, maybe they did. Maybe they came out of the sky, and they did. Hey, Roberto, thanks for that. That was delightful. And thank you, Patty, for bringing my attention to Mohammed. That's going to do it for today, my beautiful lovelies. If you have something you think I should be reading on, I don't give a shit what it is. Way out there stuff, celebrities, political, countries, pandemics. I don't do weather. I'm really bad at it, so don't ask me about the fucking weather. I'm not a weatherman. Send it my way. I actually had somebody who sends me, it's Mr. Anonymous, sends me these really great emails about like stuff I just never would think of, and he's like going way, way back and like, let's talk about Fatima. Oh my fuck, let's talk about Fatima. I'm Portuguese. As always, want to say thank you so much for your support. It is the world to me. I feel like I have so many beautiful people around me since I started doing the YouTube and the Patreon. My heart is wide open for you guys, and I feel that beautiful energy you're sending me. I'm sending it right back to you. Thank you so very much. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you like my shit, subscribe to my channel. Do share my channel. We're trying to grow this bitch. If you want to be a patron, patrons get extra readings every week, up to the minute readings, monthly readings. They get a shit ton of perks. Plus they get a lot more access to me, and I tend to answer them and answer their questions and answer their messages a lot quicker. Because number one, they're paying for it, but number two, it's a smaller pool of people, so it's easier for me to do that. I love you guys. I adore you. I hope you're having the best day and the best week and the best month and the best year. Big kisses to you all.